There's a very specific type of person out there. The kinder they are to everyone else, the harsher they are to themselves. They're always the one picking up the phone at 11 p.m., always staying late to help a coworker, always the first to say, "It's okay," when someone else messes up. But there's something nobody ever sees. When they're alone, everything changes. The voice inside their head isn't soft anymore. It turns cold. "You're so useless. You always ruin everything. Nobody actually needs you here." The scary part isn't that those thoughts show up. It's that they believe every single word. And here's the thing. They would never say any of that to another person, no matter how badly that person screwed up. Maybe you know someone like this, or maybe that someone is you. This isn't about personality. This is a psychological mechanism running quietly in the background of your brain. And today, Apex is going to break it all the way down. Let's start with one fact. You are not alone in this. Self-hatred isn't some rare condition. The data shows that far more people are living with this than you'd think. A large-scale survey found that 86% of young adults between 18 and 34 carry a deep sense of dissatisfaction with their own abilities, their appearance, and their achievements. Most of us have felt it at some point, that crushing feeling of being inadequate, not good enough, or just not smart enough. And there's a reason for that. The human brain has a built-in flaw, a negativity bias. It's literally wired to hold on to and amplify negative thoughts about yourself much more powerfully than any compliment ever could. But is this self-hatred actually accurate? No. And nothing proves that more clearly than when we evaluate ourselves without knowing it's us. In 2013, a study asked participants to rate how appealing different audio recordings sounded. What they didn't know was that the researchers had secretly mixed in recordings of their own voices. The result? Most people rated their own voice as more appealing than the others. That experiment reveals something uncomfortable but also kind of comforting. A lot of the things you hate about yourself, your looks, your personality, they're not actually that bad. You only started hating them the moment you realized they belonged to you. We're so open to appreciating other people, but we build this brutal wall that keeps us from ever doing the same for ourselves. So why does the brain work this way? To answer that, let's look at a study on how people adjust to major life experiences. Researchers tracked 3 groups. One group that won the lottery, one group that had been in serious accidents, and a control group of people living ordinary lives. The control group was the baseline. If you think the lottery winners stayed significantly happier than that baseline, the results are pretty disappointing. After a while, their happiness dropped right back down to the same level as everyone else. This is called the hedonic treadmill. When a big surge of joy becomes routine, it fades, and people even lose their ability to enjoy the small pleasures they used to have. On the flip side, when researchers compared the accident survivors to the control group, the gap was much harder to close. Pain tends to stick. It digs in deeper and lasts much longer than joy. The survivors spent a long time struggling, replaying what happened, and comparing their present lives to everything they had lost. So why does the brain treat these two types of experiences so unfairly? It goes back to our evolutionary roots. For our ancestors, detecting danger always came before enjoying pleasure. Picture yourself as a prehistoric human. You spot a bush full of ripe berries right in front of you, but then you hear rustling in the trees nearby. Miss the berries? You go hungry for a few more hours. Ignore that rustling. You become something's dinner. To keep you alive, your brain had to hardwire a red alert response to anything threatening. And that defense mechanism is still running in our heads today. You can test this yourself with something totally familiar. What sticks with you longer? A compliment from your boss? Or one random negative comment someone left online? For most of us, a single scratch of criticism drowns out a dozen pieces of praise.